Kenyans should brace for tougher times if the country is going to improve its economic standing. Treasury CS Professor Njuguna Ndungu says raising taxes to reduce reliance on debt is one of the measures that the country is going to employ to reduce the fiscal deficit going forward. Among the tax proposals mooted on Thursday by the Treasury boss is increasing value-added tax for fuel products that will see the cost of the critical commodity go up by more than 11 shillings in next month's pricing. Faisal Ahmed has more on this story.
If the finance bill that is before Parliament is passed as is, then Kenyans should expect to cough up more money from their wallets in an already depressed economy, with more money having been deducted from their payslips. Some of the revenue-raising measures proposed in the budget that are expected to hit Kenyans directly are the Housing Fund, which seeks 1.5% of gross pay from salaried Kenyans, and doubling of the VAT on fuel, which will go from 8% to 16%. This means that motorists will have to pay an extra 11 shillings at the pump for a litre of super petrol on the 14th of next month in the fuel pricing cycle, from 182 shillings to 193 shillings. Some of the sectors that could be directly affected by the increase in VAT on petroleum products include the manufacturing sector, transport and MSMEs. However, according to Treasury, this is a necessary pain that Kenyans have to endure to fund the budget through revenues rather than debt. Treasury Principal Secretary Dr. Chris Kipto says that the government has very little borrowing room to fund the budget, hence the tax measures proposed in the finance bill.
We have a debt situation that is not allowing us to borrow more, because we have 10 trillion by law and now we are almost at the limit. So we have to look at it and say, do we finance through borrowing, or we have to do other alternative ways, maybe raise more taxes or other ways. So these are the things that is going into the budget making process, and my minister therefore will be presenting the totality of all the things that we have considered. And of course there will be, I will only say that it's good that if we have to grow our nation, it is important not to grow our nation through debt.
Yes. Treasury Cabinet Secretary Professor Njuguna Ndungu says that they have looked at all the tax proposals and have foreseen a situation where the taxes will not be as punitive as many suggest, adding that the National Treasury has struck a perfect balance when it comes to taxation.
All the measures that are going to be proposed will be justified and balanced. They have come from consultations. So we do not believe that there are measures that are not going to be balanced or justified. The most important thing is to ask ourselves, where are we going? We have to have some short-term sacrifices for us to achieve the long-term. That is an important component that you really need to worry about.
Kipto says that the government is looking to reduce its borrowing appetite by increasing revenue collections. He adds that they have empowered the taxman with resources and personnel to undertake effective tax collection in the coming financial year that starts next month.
We've given additional resources. Even a few months ago, we have given additional resources to Kenya Revenue Authority to get not just human resource, but also additional capacity by way of infrastructure, so that they do not have a reason to say they can't raise.
Analysts have, however, faulted the government's plan, stating that increased taxation does not lead to increased revenue collection. Faisal Ahmed, Citizen TV, Nairobi.